graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, guy who makes all those unlistenable podcasts over at smodcast.com, and you're listening to the Two Strangers, One Podcast. This is podcasting.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristyn likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking news?
Official. Official. Before it was just a rumor. Hey, Stu, our pets moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristyn.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Welcome back.
And I think I'm adopted.
Here we go. Why?
No, well...
We're right into that.
No, I just want George Lucas to be my father.
Oh, okay. I see.
And sorry, Dad. I mean...
So you think
I don't want to
sorry, Dad.
I want to piss off my...
biological parents.
Yeah, we were talking before the show, and last episode I mentioned that George Lucas,
Georgie boy,
Disney showed up at George's door,
knock knock,
with their checkbook.
Hello.
$4.5 billion, and I feel like Dr. Evil.
I was gonna say it reminds me of Dr. Evil. $1 million. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can have that to you by noon.
And so this was actually on Forbes.com. So, Forbes doesn't fuck around when it comes to money.
Yeah. Forbes is pretty legit.
Yeah. According to Forbes.com and other sources,
as well, yeah.
Donating Star Wars billions will make George Lucas one of the biggest givers ever. And this article is from Brian Solomon. This is off of Forbes.com. George Lucas introduced the world to Star Wars back in 1977 and has profited handsomely from it. Now, after selling the mega franchise to Disney for $4.5 billion, Lucas is prepared to give it back in a big way. In a statement released to The Hollywood Reporter, Lucasfilm spokesperson said that the sale is final and the Hollywood billionaire will donate most of the haul to charity. George Lucas has expressed his intention in the event the deal closes to donate a majority of the proceeds to his philanthropic endeavors. This move isn't a complete surprise, yada, yada, yada. But he's donating $4 billion.
Now, it's one thing to say it, and it's one thing to do it. No, I think
I think he's going to be pretty under pressure. You don't say something like that. No.
I think he's going to do it, obviously, if you're going to spout it out there.
Yeah.
Be a nice little tax write-off or something.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean,
that's a
tax
nice
write-off for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And
because he clearly doesn't need the money.
What did George Lucas do? What horrible things has he done?
He's got
he needs to balance out his karma by donating $4 billion.
There's got to be some behind-the-scenes
payback
shit
for the prequels or something like that.
And
there's been tons of speculation this past week online. Me being a nerd, super excited about Disney. What's going to happen, because now it's episode 7, 8, and 9.
Right.
And George Lucas always wanted these movies to be 3 trilogies. Mm-hmm. His original plan was it was going to be just one movie. Then he was writing so much, he goes, okay, let's make it 3 movies. But then that was the quote-unquote original trilogy, episode 4, 5, and 6. And just to bring up all the stuff that happened in 4, 5, and 6, he decided, okay, well, I kind of need a 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
To kind of, that's why he jumped straight to 4, because he's like, I know there's a bunch of stuff that happened before this. And he kind of had his idea on what's going to happen afterwards. Now, being a huge Star Wars fan, walk into any Barnes & Noble, there are 50,000 Star Wars books.
There's a whole section.
Yeah, exactly. A whole section dedicated
section
to the books. Now, quite frankly, those books mean nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's, I've read plenty of the books, and in the books,
are they just stories?
Leia and Han Solo get married.
Hey, now.
They have 3 kids. Jacen, Jaina, and little Anakin.
Where does Jacen come into play?
Well, actually, it's spelled Jacen. So it is still kind of...
Maybe it's Jackin.
Jackin. Oh my God, I certainly hope not. Jacen.
It's just, he's named it after my hobby.
Jacen. Jacen Solon.
Jacen Solon. Nice.
Horrible.
That's what it is. And you all think it's Jacen.
I certainly hope it's Jacen.
Yeah, he's named after his father's favorite hobby.
Oh my God, Jacen Solon. That's going to be my new Twitter handle.
It's going to be a
at Jacen Solon.
Jacen Solon. Humping.
Well, I mean, because you know what it is? It is hard to translate what a
I'm telling you what it is.
How it's pronounced in books because there's no pronunciation guide. Well, I just told you. I had a big falling out with a friend of mine because she thought in the Harry Potter books she kept calling Doby Doby.
Okay.
And she says Doby, 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 and I'm like, the movie says Doby. You know,
now,
I can understand if you never read the books before.
Yeah, I never read the books, and then I never really got into Harry Potter until probably about a year ago because I was like, what are some good movies? Like sequels and all that, whatever. So I got into, I've actually never finished it, but I meant to. I just never. So I got to like the fourth DVD.
Oh, okay.
And
so
I just
you're
never
reading them. I mean,
I didn't read them, but I remember seeing like years ago when it first started coming out when Doby started come on like ABC Family, whatever, and I'm like, who the are they saying Toby?
Yeah, it's
and then my friend's like, no, it's Doby. I'm like, his name's Doby? And
but there's I'm pretty sure there's at least a not unconscious connection to Toby and
yeah,
Doby,
but I'm like, what the fuck are they saying?
You know, and they're lucky if they get clothes and they're servants. And,
and he's like that little creature. I'm like, what is he doing? And then I finally got into watching. I'm like, oh, he's a little cutie, Doby, Dobby, whatever you want to be called. But yeah, reading it, it's like you don't really know until you actually hear it.
Yeah, and so I certainly hope it's Jacen.
I'm telling you what it is.
I mean, I've spoken to other Star Wars nerds, but then again, we could all be in the dark. It could be Jacen Solon.
I feel like Hunger Games, they had some weird names in there. I'm trying to think of some of them. Cena or whatever, Cinna. But it could have went Cena, Cinna, whatever. And then, I don't even know what it is now after. I think it was Cinna. But it was like it could have went either way until you hear it on there. And it's like, well, what the? And, like. Can't we make it easy for us and just give me, like, how to pronounce it right after? Just one time in the book. Just one time.
There's a little appendix at the end.
Yeah, something.
Now, there's also coming up with the new Avengers movies. And
there we go.
I think I'm saying it wrong all the time. I always say Thanos, the guy at the end of the Avengers, when I think the proper pronunciation is Thanos.
Okay.
But
sounds Greek. Is it supposed to be Greek?
Well, he is a god. You know.
Greek god.
So,
Thanos.
Nerds might be getting mad at me when I say Thanos because I believe the proper pronunciation is Thanos. So
I don't know.
I don't know, but if I say Thanos, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah. So in the books, Luke becomes more of a Jedi master. Because have you ever seen Star Wars movies?
The old ones. I never saw the... You
never saw the prequels?
No, but I've always heard good things, but I just never was into it. But I did see the old ones.
The prequels they're kind of hard to digest. Maybe it's a little different because but you've seen the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when I was younger.
But you're not fervent about it. You're not like a fanatic.
Like if you told me a specific scene, I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Because I saw him like years ago.
Because it just
wasn't my scene.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Now, anyone who's Facebook friends with me, last night I literally watched the trilogy, the original trilogy, and I live updated during.
Chris was live updating.
So basically, from because
people were demanding that Chris does this
till midnight, and I was posting, maybe 5 or 6 updates an hour.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure, It's obnoxious when people update a lot,
and
I was updating a lot.
I was just in
a swing.
I was working last night, and then I signed on later at night when I came home. And I'm like, Chris is just and then I see it all Star Trek. I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
Or Star Wars, sorry.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is he doing? And I just would scroll over. I'm like, oh, he's doing something.
Yeah, I
never read them all because I don't.
Oh yeah, no. Well,
I don't know all the references, obviously.
And it's kind of like me forcing Star Wars down people's throats.
Didn't work on.
You're gonna look at it. You're gonna look at this. You're gonna shove it.
I did see it. I'm like, he's clearly doing something. It was 10 in a row. I'm like, Chris is busy tonight.
Yeah, and I literally from about 6 to midnight.
Chris was busy.
About 5 or 6 texts an hour. About every 10 minutes.
He wasn't Jacen Solon. He was watching the movies.
I was watching it now.
And
what I have, and I guess, I don't know, with the statute of limitations on it, I have the original trilogy before they added all the extra CGI on DVD.
So like the original.
Yeah. What it is years and years ago, I bought these on eBay from China because they came.
Always comes back to
now
China.
the boxes, the cases for it are in English. But when I actually got the envelope, I didn't realize it was coming from the other side of the planet. I was looking for Star Wars on DVD.
Found it and got it.
Nowadays, I don't even think you could even put that up on eBay because they shut you down because that's like a copyright thing.
Yeah.
And so I have, now the good part is that it doesn't have all the extra stuff that George Lucas added later that people don't like. Because there's a scene where all the nerds mostly protest where Han shoots this guy named Greedo. Because Han...
Just the names get
Greedo. And Greedo's this green guy. He
Mr.
looks like
Greedo. Of course, he's green.
He's a green guy
Mr.
with...
Greedo.
He looks like a lizard suction cup face.
Sounds pretty legit. Sounds like somebody I know.
Well, Han Solo owes Jabba the Hutt money. So Greedo says, look,
So he's going out to be like a hitman?
there's a price on your head. You could give me the money right now.
Couldn't just do a
I'll
sexual
pretend
act
I
and
didn't
call
see
it
you.
even?
With that
That's
suction cup mouth.
that's a real storyline.
And
Real
so
life.
in the original movie that was unaltered for 20 some odd years, Han shoots him.
Okay.
You know, now
Right
he's
in his
holding,
suction face.
he has his gun in the holster under the table and shoots him, pulls out the gun
That's like Western
discreetly
style.
and shoots him. And because a
Tombstone.
part of, you know, especially the Han Solo character, he is a cowboy, pirate, you know, all
Yeah.
those rogue,
Yeah.
you know,
Wyatt Earp.
swashbuckling characters. And so when George Lucas updated the movies, he had it CGI where Greedo shot first.
And that's
So
how
it would
happens,
justify Han Solo killing him
folks. Okay.
because
Self-defense.
yeah, and it was because what kind of role model is
Just
he going
goes
to be
and
for
kills
kids?
somebody.
Where now, mind you, a whole fucking generation like myself grew up on these movies.
Mm-hmm.
We're not all. I mean, I'm twisted, but for other reasons. We're not all twisted because Han Solo shot first.
Everybody's fucked up because of Han Solo.
Now, mind you, that's like within the first 5 minutes of meeting Han Solo. He's
Okay.
a bad guy. Han Solo's a drug dealer. He's a smuggler in the Star Wars universe. He finds his redemption in helping the rebellion. You know what I'm saying? He's a bad guy who becomes good. How do you know? Yeah, he's kind of good in the beginning, but you know, actually in the beginning he's more like, I'll do anything for money. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if it's good or bad.
He's a
as long as
prostitute.
as long
He's a prostitute.
you know, so in the movies he's a smuggler, and you know,
I'll do anything for money.
he's not smuggling friggin' salt and pepper. He's smuggling drugs.
What kind of drugs go on in the Star Wars world?
It's
Bath salts. That's probably how it all started.
it is. It's called stimulant or something. It's like a
Stimulant.
Yeah, it's
Simple. Yeah.
yeah.
Sugar.
It's basically drugs.
Yeah.
And he's a smuggler. And actually he brags about doing this thing called the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, which is
Where does he hide it?
in his ship. He hides.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was like a
Oh no, not
anal
that.
cavity scene. Yeah.
His ship has a lot of. He took a very fast ship and had it customized and had all these secret compartments. And hell, remember like when P. Diddy got arrested? Like they said that he
innocent.
had an Escalade that had like secret compartments, so you could drop your gun in a secret compartment and the cops won't find it, or if they, you know, on a quick search they won't find
Right.
it if they took the
If they
doors
took
apart and stuff like
then.
that. So he's a drug dealer.
He's P. Diddy.
He's supposed to shoot first. And so people got pissed off about that. Now the copies of the DVDs that I have
shoots
don't
first?
have all, it's Han
it's the
shoots
original.
first. And so like you see nerds, and I think even in one of Kevin Smith's movies, the guy's wearing a shirt that says hand shot first.
Nice.
And,
You nerds take it to heart.
oh yeah. But
You
the
remember
bad
everything.
thing, oh yeah, this is, you know,
can't get
this
anything
is,
past
this
you
is
nerds.
modern day mythology. This is our gods. This is our
Here we go.
goddesses. This is what is important to us. And, in the DVDs that I have, the one problem also is that it wasn't made for the larger screen TVs.
Okay,
So it's
so
not
is it-
high definition.
All right.
It looks a little choppy. It looks a little blocky when you watch it on a big screen. I got a
Right.
big screen in my room, and it was a gift. So that's the one problem, that it doesn't look perfect and beautiful and
Yeah.
gorgeous like a
Like an
Blu-ray would.
HD, yeah.
Or even the originals. George Lucas released high definition versions, but with his added features.
Okay.
And he just adds little things in the background and stuff like that, which some of them are cool, but some of them are distracting.
Yeah.
And it's not,
the original.
He puts Jabba the Hutt in a scene that Jabba the Hutt wasn't in the original.
Give Jabba a chance.
It looks real bad.
Yeah.
Like, you think for all this money, it would look good, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
And then plus, because the original scene was filmed with a human being there. Jabba the Hutt originally was a human being. So they kind of awkwardly shoved this CGI character where there's supposed to be just like this big fat guy standing. And then they decided later on to make it a big slug. So, God, I'm such a nerd talking about all this stuff. But I guess, the long and short of it is he's donating, George Lucas is donating. It all comes back to George Lucas donating.
George Lucas is going to run the whole world.
Now, I hope that Disney will release those original movies in high definition.
Probably.
Without the extra features. But there is a bit of a legality, because some of the nerds online saying that since it was originally owned by Fox, 20th Century Fox, Fox owns the rights.
Okay.
And will continue to own the rights till 2020. So if that's the case,
Might have to wait. Wait it out, nerds.
We're only talking 8 years.
We got this. We got this, nerds.
My daughter will be 10 years old in 2020. And the perfect age to kind of like
sit her down, watch this.
And she was watching the movies with me last night, and I can't even. My C3PO, I can see right there. I had my R2D2 and C3PO dolls out, and she was playing with R2D2 because she's looking at the screen. Now, mind you, I had them both in front of the TV. And I'm watching, now of course R2D2 is a little more appealing to the kids because of the chirps and beeps and stuff like that, so kids, their ears pick up on that. Yeah. And so she looked over and then she went and she grabbed the R2D2. I don't even know where the hell it is right now.
Now, if one of these days she takes one of those little toys and puts it in the toilet and flushes it, are you gonna disown her?
No. Well, kids are kids.
Kids are kids, they'll just throw it.
These ones aren't any collectors. I did have...
Will you be upset, like that she just wasn't into the Star
respectful,
Wars.
No, I'd probably buy her 2 more after.
Yeah, I'll get you some more, honey. Don't worry about it. Glue them to her hands.
And it is.
You're
funny
gonna love this.
I had uncles, especially the R2D2. I had uncles that they were the youngest of all my mother's brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. So even though they were adults, they were still kids. Yeah. Because they had so many older brothers and sisters that
they're young.
Yeah. They continued mentally to be like kids. And my uncle, I left behind my R2D2 in his room, and he put it up on he had like a shelf where he kept all this stuff, and he put my R2D2 up there. And I'm like, that's mine. He goes, oh, it's mine now. You left it here.
Slam!
So R2D2, especially, and it's funny, I kind of like, and I'm a little distressed now that I can't see my toy. Like R2D2 especially means something a little extra to me because my uncle
stole it from you, huh?
Yeah, so I would, if she's flushed one on the toilet, I'd be, I'd correct her and then say, okay, now I gotta buy you 2.
These are gonna be your best friends, okay? Yeah. Now stop flushing them. Treat them with respect. You treat them with respect, damn it. I could see like a whole sit-down conversation. Yeah. Like, this is what
we're gonna have to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have the
Can you
talk.
Please explain to me what happened a couple hours ago.
The talk.
But I want her to know these movies. Daddy likes them. Like recently on Halloween, I dressed her up like Batman. Yeah. And my mom's big complaint was, "Oh, why don't you make her a princess or something like that?" And I'm like, when she's old enough to say, "Daddy, I want to be a princess," then she could be a princess. Right now, when
you're in charge.
She's 2 and she really doesn't know any better. I'm going to dress up like Batman because I'm going to enjoy these while I can because I have fun knowing that she's Batman. If she's a princess,
you could be the prince.
But now, since Disney owns Star Wars, Princess Leia is now technically a Disney princess.
Here we go. He's going to make her be Princess Leia. You want to be a princess? You're going to be Princess Leia. You got it?
You got Snow White, Cinderella, Ariel,
Princess
Belle, and Princess Leia.
There you go. It always comes back.
And of course, Pocahontas and Mulan and all the other. They're working on, Disney's catching some flack now because they're doing now a movie with a Hispanic princess.
Oh, really?
But the character has blue eyes. Uh-oh. And there's a Hispanic group kind of, and how Disney is covering it is they're saying that her father So she's only half Spanish because
Okay,
according to this, her father is like Nordic.
Okay.
And the mother is Spanish. And so that's
it's not
why...
even a full Spanish
it's not
princess or whatever the hell she's going to be in the movie.
Yeah, so they're trying to do the right thing by making a Hispanic
but at least go
princess.
all out and make it full-on Hispanic.
Yeah. And that's, like, here on the East Coast we say Hispanic, and the West Coast they say Latino. It's the same thing, but...
At least make it full-on.
Yeah, it's a Hispanic princess, but now she's not even half.
Now she's just, now it's not even full-blown, it's mixed.
With blue eyes. So
Sorry.
There's a bit of an uproar.
And
I think they're working on a movie right now, so that's going to be coming out soon. So,
whatever, Disney. You're busy.
Blue-eyed princesses and $4.5 billion. So, what you got for us?
I just read today, which I thought was pretty funny. Mm-hmm. Do you normally tip a pizza guy?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I maybe growing up, growing up in New York.
I've always known to tip a pizza guy who delivers.
My father was very old school, and my father's like the type, you tip everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, my family's always, I guess this guy who lived in a wealthy house too. Pizza guy delivers the pizza, he doesn't tip, so the pizza guy pees on his door.
Oh shit.
I think it's full on.
That's
justice right there.
I mean, because...
you want to be a dick and not tip?
Well, anybody who works in the service industry, now, I've never worked as a waiter or anything like that, but you always hear that the people who have the most money
don't tip.
Or
the worst tippers.
Yeah, the worst tippers. Like,
either don't tip or the worst. And
I remember when I was, did I ever tell the story, like, when I was an altar boy? It was me and my brother.
Chris was an altar boy. This is
and my brother. You would think I'm such a atheist now. Me and my brother were altar boys, and we went to Catholic school. And during the day, the church that was adjoined to our school used to have services during the day. Usually funerals, but every now and then the occasional wedding.
Okay.
And it was nothing big. I mean, so they needed people to be altar boys, and they actually called me and my brother, and a whole school full of obviously Catholic kids.
Right.
Me and my brother and my brother's friend Marcelo were like the only altar boys in the whole school.
We'll go.
And so we went, and I learned that even as a little kid, because the people who you could tell had more money never tipped. Mm-hmm. Or never,
That's why they have more money than not tipping.
And the people who
they're hanging on to it
would give us, it'd always be like an old man pulling us over to the side. I mean, that doesn't sound right. Come here, altar boy.
Chris, what happened in that church?
But, I come from an old school thing where you tip everybody. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, now, obviously, like at a time like right now in my life, money isn't flowing. So I may not tip somebody because I'm broke, and I will apologize to the person.
Right.
I will make it known. Look, man, times is rough. I would like to tip you, but I can't. Mm. But that's now what blows my mind, and I'm championing people who are in the service industry. They always make a big deal about tipping waiters and waitresses.
Right.
But don't they get the same minimum wage that everyone else gets?
Yeah, they're getting paid. It's not like they're working solely off tips.
Yeah. Now, obviously, if they're an undocumented, I'm pretty sure restaurants
tips are just
have waiters and waitresses that aren't American citizens, so they underpay them. Mm-hmm. That's another story. But when I was working in Radio Shack, and I'm just Joe Blow up the street, I was making minimum wage.
Right, and you
I was
weren't
making
getting
10 cents over minimum wage.
You should have put out a tip jar.
Yeah, we should.
There you go.
So I wasn't, and they kept us at, we were working, they purposely kept our schedules close to like 35 hours a week, so we didn't have to get full-time benefits.
Because that would just be crazy.
And don't be wrong, I'm not taking anything away from waiters and waitresses because, I do tip, but, they always make a big deal about tipping waiters and waitresses. Well, if that's the case, then you should really tip everybody because, so I don't know. People work for their money. Obviously, anybody who's doing a job like that, they're not doing it because they're rich.
Right.
So, especially, pizza boy. Because I'm the kind of guy where, like, if I tip, I also want you to remember me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
next time I come around, we're going to be hooking it up.
Yeah. Like when
You're going to be, like, giving me a deal or something here. Yeah. I always tip bartenders on that.
Here's some breadsticks the other people didn't want,
Always tip bartenders. You'll get...
And that's
after a while.
I do not, I haven't had a drink in a while. But up here in Rochester, once again, I come from New York, so take a shot.
You do, Chris?
And I've
that.
noticed in New York City, money means something.
Oh yeah.
Up here, I'll be at a bar and I have I do that move where you hold the money in
out,
your hand between your fingers.
And you wait.
And then people look at you.
And you
like
wait.
You got 10 fucking heads. And I'm like...
In New York City, oh yeah, I just said them to be 2 seconds. What do you need? And then once they see you start tipping, they're like, on you. They're like, yeah, what do you need?
Yeah.
Here it's like... Almost to the point where sometimes I'm like, I'm not even going to fucking tip you because it means nothing.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here, I do that move where I keep the money between my 2 fingers, holding out, trying to get the guy's attention.
It's like, don't you want this?
Yeah.
I mean...
Why is it in New York City, guys...
Oh yeah, they know what to do.
And obviously, in New York City, they're more busy than they are here in Rochester.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
And, I don't know, it just...
Oh yeah, no, I know exactly.
I don't know what it is up here. Are there
I have no idea.
Have money or
because there's some like dive places where they'll be on you, but like some like these big places, so slow, and it's like, are you?
Yeah,
and do you just not want to come serve me? Like, what's the deal?
Just to shout out names, the Luxx Lounge here in Rochester. There's a place called Luxx Lounge. It's on 666 South Avenue, and and their theme on the inside is like very demonic.
I know, I've seen it because I was just. I feel like I just drove by.
Luxx is like big letters over the entrance.
Oh, it's
and they have the backyard. They have a whole back area.
Yeah, we walked
outside,
in there.
so you can smoke cigarettes. And,
it's really like kind of dark and it's kind of cool. I liked it.
That's what I'm saying. The people there,
they're very
the
cool,
clientele are cool as hell. The bartenders, you have to fucking beg somebody. Could I please get some?
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Like if they're okay with money that they don't.
Yeah,
And
I'm cool. Well, I know one of the guys doesn't work there anymore, but. When I used to go there because I used to live across the street from there. So I used to go all the time, and the bouncers knew me, and everybody, the regulars there knew me. Not that I was a regular, but I was there enough to know the regulars. And and the bartenders, like, who do I have to, and now, the bartenders, were not straight. Like, who do I have to blow to get a fucking drink in here?
Oh, yeah,
do I have to flirt with you or something? I'll do it if it means I'll get my drink.
An upstate thing or what? But. Totally. When I was in New York City, put out money, you're being served. And I wasn't rich. I just had money for my drink.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
And it's not like I had, like, here's my wad of money.
Making it rain.
Like, I just had, like, a 10 out or something. Like, this is what I want. Here's a tip. And then as soon as you start tipping a couple times, then they're on you. Like, what do you need? Same thing? Okay. And they remember.
I'm of the belief $1 per drink.
Oh, yeah.
And at the very least...
I mean, it's not
every
like
other round. I mean,
on
a rough night, I would tip every other drink, but at least $1 a drink.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I went to the Luxx Lounge, and I hate to sound like a hippie douchebag, I would drink the PBRs because I was broke.
Oh yeah, the cheap ones.
So the PBRs, the past blue ribbons, were like $1.25,
so
and I'm paying $1
so
tip.
Cheap, yeah. And it's like now it's just
so I'm paying almost
a quarter
double.
tip on $1.25. It's so ridiculous. But then once you give a tip, it's like you don't exist still. It's like,
that's
how
what
it's supposed to work.
Yeah,
we're a little backwards up here. I don't know. But it's like, are you guys doing that well? Like, you guys don't really care?
Yeah.
Like, this is all part of business here.
It's a service industry. And,
I'd be on that shit. I don't know. If I was a bartender, give me that tip. I'm taking that home later. Yeah. What do you need? I'll remember. Yeah, okay. Yeah, shot of this.
You're taking
a
shot,
right,
and that's one thing I've noticed also when you're doing
the
shots,
free shots,
they get you a little extra shot. They'll get you a little.
Oh, see, I love New York City. I would just some places like if I just had to write I like to write sketches and stuff when I was taking classes. Mm-hmm. So I would just go to a bar. It was the best place to just sit and write, because you just have so much entertainment around you. You could build off of that. Mm-hmm. And, you make friends with the bartender at times. You'd be like, hey, you want a shot of this? I'm like, all right.
I love it.
They'd be like, we're trying new shots. Like, you want to try? I would come out bombed, and maybe it wasn't what I went out to do, but that's what ended up happening. But it was great service. You had great service there.
There is this bar I went to in Long Island, and I forgot the name of it, where, I was hanging out there and doing good with the bartender, and they were experimenting with shots where...
Right, and they're like, here, try this.
Here's a shot that tastes like Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Here's a shot that tastes chocolate cake.
Yeah.
And it's, and it's...
Yeah, I'll try it.
Yeah, and you get freaking
smacked. Like, all right, whatever you guys want to do.
And luckily,
I had a place... And they take off drinks on the bill. I'm like, I know I didn't.
Like when they go, the universal symbols, when they put the upside down shot glass in front of you.
Right,
that means your next drink is free.
Line them up.
I don't see that here in Rochester. I see,
Yeah, I don't know. like I said, I don't know if all these bars are doing that great that they just don't need it. But even like the crowded ones, there's like down in like the main, what they call it, the Four Corners, because there's that intersection where there's literally 4 bars there. They get really crowded, but even still, like, it's just, one of them has like 4 bartenders. It's pretty decent size. It's like a kind of like a circle shape, I guess you could say. So there's like 2 on each side, and it's still slow. Like, I don't know if they just see somebody that they know, so they're just going to go to them, and then that's it. But like, you'll sit there forever. Like, here's my
just
money.
From being upstate, maybe they don't have that sense
swagger, urgency.
Yeah,
like,
they don't have that sense of urgency.
Because it's like you'll see them.
Because in New
like
York, you got that hustle.
Yeah. Like, they are working fast, but it's like only for one person they're working fast. There's a whole line of us.
Yeah.
Like,
and I got money.
Yeah, and I'm holding this out. I'm now sober by the time I get my next drink.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hello, listeners. This is Chris from Two Strangers, One Podcast, but I'd like to announce that we are now part of Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. LIVINLAME Podcast Entertainment. Along with Two Strangers, One Podcast, there are a bunch of brand new shows to choose from. There's The Breakdown with Filthy Phil, Shane O'Mac, and Cord bringing you the latest news in the music world. Join Joe and Carrie Fox in the Fox Den for your fix of astrology, numerology, and nature. Get your movie and television news with the Real Chat Podcast. And the big daddy that started it all, Livin' Lane. So check out the Facebook for information on new episodes and updates at www.facebook.com/Livin' Lane Podcast Entertainment. Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase.
And we're back. Now, you had mentioned...
What? What did I mention?
No, you had mentioned writing while drinking. I can't write drunk.
Sometimes I can, but sometimes, like, not like, well, I would end up getting drunk, and that was when, like, my folder would just close. Like, I'm like, I'm not gonna get much done here. But, like, you know, you just kind of go out for, like, just some ideas. Like, if I kind of would have, like, writer's block, I guess you could say. I'd have some ideas, and then it's like, if I go out for a little, just get out of the apartment, get out of that environment, and you just kind of hear people talking about, right, like, you know, so-and-so's talking about this, and you just kind of get ideas off of that. So I would get ideas and kind of build off of it, and then as time went on, it was like, I'm drinking, you know, they're being really nice to me. I'm just gonna fold up, you know, close my notebook and hang out.
Yeah.
So I would just kind of go out just to get out of, like, that environment.
Yeah,
to kind of get things going.
Because, you know, beer would mellow me out. Alcohol out. And, you know, not that I haven't done it in years, but, like, even when I smoke weed, weed would just kind of mellow me out.
Oh, no way could I function doing weed.
Mellowed out. I actually write better when I'm hopped up on coffee. I'm the opposite, right? Like, if I have caffeine. Now, I guess if I never tried, like, the Red Bull and vodka, but, you know, like, if I got amped up, maybe, but I tend to write better.
I would technically, like, kind of get my ideas and, you know, write it down and enjoy the rest of my evening. And then probably, like, the next day, like, when I full-on wrote, like, a sketch, I would be totally sober.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like, I would just have all the ideas and be like, okay, how can I work it in? But if I was just, no way could I ever do stand-up drunk. Like, I could do one beer just to maybe... I would drink.
Loosen you up.
Yeah, just calm the nerves a little bit. I could only, that liquid courage. I would only drink one beer because I'm like, if I even go after that, I would just sound like an idiot. I would think I'm doing great, and it's like,
his dog can talk, and he's in the park.
Slurring and shit. It's like, I don't even know where I was going with this story. Like, I just knew I was
It turns
bombed.
to like a political diatribe.
Right, and I'm like, alright, I'm off. Like, I could only have one, just, inhibitions down a little bit, but yeah, full-on writing, I would only get ideas when I would drink, but full-on writing a sketch, I would be sober. Like, some days would be like, where the fuck did I come up with this? What happened last night?
The hell is monkey umbrella?
Yeah, who? When did I try
just
this?
for monkeys?
What is this sting?
Last night was fucking hilarious.
I was laughing so hard last night. I'm not laughing now at what I'm looking at. But no, you would come up with some good stuff just from like whack jobs at the bar, just observing people, like, and what the stories they're talking or what they're upset about. And it's like, all right, I can do a whole sketch on that conversation. Oh God. Or just people's quotes.
Quotes.
I had like a whole page of just what random people would say at a bar, and it was, I think I still have that somewhere, because it was just so ridiculous. I'm like, that came out of nowhere.
She blew him.
Yeah, like, it's so ridiculous.
Freaking smegma breath. No.
Yeah.
Well, it's with writing, and it is November.
Oh, yes.
Do you know what NaNoWriMo means? Or someone pronounce it NaNoWriMo. Okay, it's N-A.
Okay.
N-O.
Nano.
W-R-I-M-O. National Novel Writing Month.
Okay, I remember you saying that.
Yeah,
I was like, I didn't know that.
I forgot to bring this up in another episode.
Mr. Writer forgot to bring that up.
Yeah. There's a great book out there called No Plot, No Problem.
Okay.
Is
it like how to write sort of thing?
It's a book about, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in the past. You sit down in front of your computer.
Hopped up on coffee.
He suggests coffee. I mean, everybody has their own process. That's what I'm saying. I've tried to
coffee,
write.
Right?
I've tried to. I love. Is
that how you wrote your book?
Yeah.
Right.
How much? I have my old house. I mean, I have like an extra large Dunkin' Donuts right next to me right now. But in my old house, right, and actually in this chair that I'm sitting in right now, I wrote both my books in this chair. This is like this chair's all beat up. It's my chair. I have like
soaked in urine and
a bowl of coffee with a little handle on it. And
straw.
You would sit there in front of your computer.
And just
don't
write
think,
anything, right?
Don't edit. Don't worry about where it's going. Just write. Just write. Even if you have writer's block, just throw some. Now all of a sudden your character gets hit by a bus. You know what I'm saying? Or your character decides to up and leave their bullshit job and go to a trip to Spain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so do you?
Do you
technically, like, before you even get started, or like in the beginning, do you map out characters, or you just kind of sit down?
No, it's like fuck research,
and then
fuck development. I mean, not fuck development, but
fuck development.
Now, that being said, my first 2 books were written on a computer that didn't have internet access.
Okay.
And it's actually my old computer's in my
what is
basement.
That? Like the first IBM? What were you
No, it was my old computer, and it was a Windows XP machine, and it did not have built-in, Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi type thing?
And
could it do dial-up?
There was a time where, you could, if you plugged an Ethernet card in the back, an Ethernet cord, because I had the card, if you plug the cord in, it would work just fine.
Yeah.
But that particular, and it was back when I lived with my ex-wife, and we had a 3-bedroom house. There was only 2 of us. And
so you had a little
the
office?
second bedroom was my quote-unquote den.
The writing room.
Yeah, it was,
cool.
And I sat on this chair, and I had an old coffee
typewriter.
Table. And that's a funny thing. I should write on a typewriter, because I cannot write on a computer with internet access. Because the minute you have one question, because sometimes you're like,
yeah, you get too distracted.
And then it goes into internet sucks you in.
Yeah.
And, I love, so I purposely need a computer without internet access.
Just no distractions
to write
type
on.
Things, yeah.
Unfortunately, my old PC laptop, the screen went on it. It still works because if I plug it into a monitor, so I may sometime soon hook that up, like have this old school monitor that gives you fucking cancer with it's like 50 pounds.
It's gonna have a great book and you have cancer.
It's because it's when you turn on that, it's in my closet right now.
When
you turn on that monitor, You hear it.
There's like the hum.
There's like a hum.
That hum to it.
And that can't be healthy. That can't be fucking healthy.
Like those old microphones, you can't, microwaves, you can't stand in front of.
Yeah.
Like it's causing cancer.
You know, like you feel your skin get warm if you're standing next to it. So, I mean, I have my old laptop, like I could hook up my old laptop to, like, and I should do like what I was doing before, like maybe just set it up in the basement and just write, like wait till my daughter goes to sleep and start writing. But November is officially NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month. And like I said, the book is called No Plot, No Problem. The author's name is Chris Baty, and it's B-A-T-Y, and I did Twitter him, and I said, how do you pronounce your last name? So it is Baty, B-A-T-Y. And it's such an inspirational book because it basically, you sit in front of your computer every day for either an hour and a half or until you have at least 1,500 words, whichever comes first. Now, sometimes if you're on a real tear, you could do 3,000 words in a sitting.
Oh, the book in 1 minute.
And, you know, the funny thing is, take a shot, is that it's always in November. So you kind of have to bank some days with words because you're not going to be writing on Thanksgiving. No one writes on Thanksgiving. I mean, I guess you could, but you're a really antisocial prick if you're writing on Thanksgiving.
Leave me alone.
You either have no friends, no family, and are antisocial. But, and so they, you know, NaNoWriMo, NaNoWriMo. Some people don't like, and they say NaNoWriMo because it's writing.
NaNoWriMo.
And there are communities online, and so we're a couple of days into November, and I wanted to get it started, and I just haven't gotten to it. I could technically, like, if I sat in front of this computer for hours and, you know, and just punched out a whole bunch of shit, like, and make up for the past couple of days.
Yeah.
I could probably do it, or if I do a little extra every day until it catches up. I was playing with the idea. But, like I said, anybody who's interested in writing the book, No Plot, No Problem by Chris Baty.
Baty, baby.
You know, I've written 2 books with it, you know, where the original draft, because after the 30 days are up, you have a 50,000 word document.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And that's, you know, Catcher in the Rye is less than 50,000 words. I mean, of course, most people would flesh it out, which I did later on, and I revamped and re-edited and everything like that. But, you know, like, there's something about November that makes me a little more giddy, like, yay, you know, it's National Novel Writing Month.
We're all gonna write.
And you can purchase my first book, Double Jackpot, at www.doublejackpot.us. Just have to get that out there.
Speaking of writing books, guess who made a book deal to write a book?
Guess who made a book deal to write a book?
Yes.
I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and
shoot
say,
it!
Kim Kardashian.
No? Surprisingly not. I wonder if she has one out.
Does she? I'm pretty sure.
I don't
she's
know.
got
I'm sure there's
one.
something. Britney Spears.
Britney Spears.
Now, it's not a bio, which I would find interesting. Mm-hmm. Tell me all the drugs you've done and everything, and what, you know, like an actual bio. That won't be till she's like 40 or 50.
You're not going to get the real Britney Spears bio. So.
But it's like when Snooki did like that fiction book. Snooki had some stupid book, but it was like a story. Okay. Basically. So that's what she's going to be doing. Just a random
and let me
fiction
guess, it's going to be
story.
about a pop star.
It's going to suck, basically.
Yeah.
I was real upset to read that because I was like, a bio would be so much better, but you're not going to tell the truth yet.
And it's one of those things where...
so now you're just going to do like some stupid pop star.
And there's going to be speculation, and then like... I'm pretty sure, like, her character will probably be married to a guy that's only using her for her money. And,
yeah, like something stupid.
And, you know,
her name's gonna be like, let's see, her name's
Whitney
Brittany.
Beers.
Yeah, Brittany.
Whitney Beers.
Whitney Beers goes sell it. Was on the Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a
Ricky Rat show.
The Ricky Rat show. It's really famous with all these rats running around. Well, good luck, Brittany. I hope you have time to write this.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's gonna sell because it's got her name on it, but it's not gonna be because Snooki's book sold and it sucked. It like got up there on the bestsellers list, and it was.
Well, like I said, I mean, I dedicated myself to both books, and you know, these people have a whole team behind them also.
Right, they're not writing it.
You know, even
girl can barely talk. She's not writing a book.
Well, you know, and even like if she's in front of a tape recorder, you know what I'm saying? And there's someone who actually types it and edits it.
This is how I want the girl to be.
You know, because, you know, I noticed, like, you know, I'm a big fan of all these, like, you know, shows, Daily Show and Colbert Report, and all these guys that are, like, in television, they come out with a book every couple of months, these guys. You know what I'm saying? And celebrities
so
and politicians
TV,
and like, when you have time to write.
Like, where's this time?
When you have I guess when you have the right team behind you. I mean, like I said, my dumbass wrote 2 books. So it's not like impossible.
No.
But, I'm pretty sure if you have an agent behind you and a good editor, you can, what was that?
I'm joking.
Oh, joking. Oh,
joking on Brittany's book.
And so,
I read today this Cleveland bus driver. I guess this happened in September. He's just a regular, like, the local bus driver, not like a school. He uppercutted an aggressive female. Like, flat out gave her an uppercut.
Okay, wait, a bus driver, public bus. Like
a public bus. Okay, like, she's going to work or something. Yeah, not a school bus. So she was an older female. And I guess she was aggressive, whatever. There's a video, I didn't watch it though, and he just straight up uppercutted her. And so I guess there was some lawsuit. He eventually got fired, and it came down to, like, he was saying it was self-defense, but the evidence shows that no, he just straight up uppercutted her. How bad was your day going that you just got over like, fuck you?
Not for nothing. Those bus drivers, you have to do with the general public.
Yeah, I think he just was pushed to the brim and like, I'm going to uppercut you.
What city was this again?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. So it's a major city.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I didn't
there
see
is
the
a
video,
lot
but
of pressure. Because if you're driving a train, that's one thing because the train's on the tracks. You got to drive a bus, deal with the knuckleheads on the road, deal with the complete idiots that are on the bus because people, there are like a few kinds of people that take the bus. Some people are just broke and can't afford a car, and the other people should not be behind the wheel. And there's a
so I can only imagine. I didn't watch the video, but I can only imagine what she was upset about.
With the dregs of humanity.
Yeah, and he just probably had enough, and he was like, "Boom, I'm out."
And wait, you said Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably cold, dealing with asshole drivers.
September.
Dealing with idiot fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're dealing with the public, so
this guy,
it's not the best of the best.
Was probably,
he's probably done this for years too.
He's probably justified, and I'm pretty sure there's a million bus drivers that wish they could.
They were like, yeah, but they're all behind him.
People on their bus. This guy has my support.
Oh my god! But the best is like, it's self-defense. But what sucks is they got the cameras there now, so he's like, probably like, damn it,
because these people, and there's no barrier between you and the people.
They're right there.
They can hit you. They can curse
you out. Check out the video because I didn't watch. So I'm sure she was easily in his face.
Now,
he's probably like, "Fuck that." I'd go nuts too.
And I remember
I'm on the driver's side.
I was, I was a correction officer. I was an auxiliary officer. There is something in penal law that
penal.
There is something in penal law where people especially after 9/11, that you're allowed to use force because you're in charge of a public.
Yeah. You're in charge of all those people.
You're supposed to get some extra powers. It's a little bit more than like a citizen's arrest.
Yeah.
But, and the fact that he lost his job, and what kind of fucking union do these guys have? Because, of course, I don't know the story, and and
that's all I heard on it.
I'm speaking about it purely on just the little information I got. But those people have to deal with the dregs of humanity every day. And not that I'm saying that he was justified in hitting somebody, but I'm pretty sure.
Who the fuck is she getting in your face?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was something that builds up. Nobody gets uppercut for no reason.
That's what I said. It's like uppercut. I'm like, I gotta read this.
I'm from that old school mentality where
nobody's getting uppercut.
If someone hits you, my first question is the person got hit. What did you do? What did you do to get hit?
What did you do?
Nobody gets hit for no reason. I mean, okay. There's occasionally the one crazy person that just starts doing some wild out shit. But what did you do?
An uppercut. Oh. I'm gonna watch a video later because I couldn't get it on here and see like this he's probably like a boxer too. Probably let her have
bus
it.
drivers,
Yeah, no, you're not.
You have to deal with a lot of shit.
I know. People are probably like, yeah, you did it. Stand up for bus drivers all around the world.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Now, I mentioned Kim Kardashian when I asked you the question because she's on my mind because even though it's from a past episode. Mind. And now I have a picture of Kim Kardashian on I photoshopped a picture on my Facebook page of Kim Kardashian in an Iron Man suit. But the other episode, we were looking at the Halloween pictures of her with Kanye West. Now, we mentioned before, there was one costume where she was a mermaid.
Yeah, which was horrifying.
Looked like shit.
Yeah, it really looked bad.
Her is Catwoman.
Was a nice fitted costume.
And, you know, I'm not an ass man. I'm not...
Like I said,
the booty doesn't mean anything to me.
Every time I see photos of her where it has, like, that angle of her ass, like, people have her working out and stuff, I'm always shocked and amazed. Like, I'm like, it is that big. Like, it just always amazes, because she's in shape, and then she obviously works out. There was episodes where it showed, like, some of her workouts, what she does to purposely, you know, build that nice gluteus maximus. And it's like, wow. It is that big. Like, I'm always amazed every time. And how does it get like that?
Much props. Obviously, we were talking about before the show. That's not some store-bought
outfit. No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't fit that ass in something you can buy at Party City. Someone had to custom make that, and much props to the person who made it, because
it looked good.
She looks
on that
good.
Mermaid shit. I don't know what. And that was a store-bought one, the mermaid one.
Because, you know, I'm not, you know, Kim Kardashian. I mean, I find her attractive, but she's not. I don't look at her like that. But when I saw that picture of her as Catwoman, holy shit! And Kanye, he was wearing that not, you know, any schmuck with $300 could buy that Batman outfit. He did nothing, but except that he wore this stupid mask where the mask is like this cheap, like $3 mask. Like, it looked like the one I bought for my daughter. Then he has like a black, almost like a.
That was just his skin.
What's the word? Oh my god! The opinions of Kristyn and I reflect opinions of two strangers on the podcast. Almost like a nylon
do-rag. Not a do-rag, but
like a sleeve over his head, and then it had the eyes, because his mouth wasn't even cut out. It was just like the eyes for the mask. So he just, you know, he has the nice suit and a cheap,
probably last minute,
the cheap mask.
He's like, we're going as Catwoman, and you're gonna be Batman.
Yeah, he looks like a fucking idiot, you know. And I'm not a big fan of his, but you know. And then Courtney was Batgirl.
Yeah.
The Alicia Silverstone Batgirl, which is like, you know,
that's serious.
Oh, I mean, you know, that's like from the worst movie, Batman and Robin, of all the Batman movies, of all 7 of them.
Which one is that? The nipple one?
That's the nipple Batman. Yeah. It was the 4th one that was done by Joel Schumacher.
The nipple Batman.
The nipple Batman with, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Uma Thurman and.
Yeah, who else was in it? Who was Robin?
Robin was Chris O'Donnell.
Yes, that's his name.
All right, everybody, chill.
Now, I was watching, what was the movie I was watching the other day?
Chris, I don't know, Chris.
Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines. And I think because now that Claire Danes is in Homeland.
Oh, now they're showing those movies?
Because I've noticed Rise of the Machines has been on TV a lot recently.
Huh.
And I think
there's a big demand for Terminator.
I think now that Claire Danes is back in
new name for herself, sort
making
of
a name for herself, there's a rush to put up
everything
movie that she was in. Now,
Romeo and Juliet's
speaking of people putting out a rush, I mean, earlier this year, and I mentioned Cabin in the Woods, great movie. Have you seen the commercial for Red Dawn?
I did see that. And Hottie's in it, yeah.
That, once again,
it's like badass.
Like Cabin in the Woods, both those movies were filmed years ago.
Okay.
But now that Chris Hemsworth has come out as Thor and one of the biggest movies of all time.
Yeah, now they're coming out.
All these movies are flying off the shelves that he was in that were shelved. Now, Red Dawn is based on a movie from the 80s. Do you know that? No. Okay.
I knew the name. Like, I didn't see the movie. Mm-hmm. Like, my brother was like, yeah, Red Dawn. And I'm like, it means nothing to me,
Your brother's older than you?
By 2 years.
Oh, okay.
So like 10 years old. Yeah. But he knows all it's, you know, he's a whack. But
yeah, there was
he's like, yeah, it's an old movie. I'm like, I don't know.
It came out in the 80s when we were scared of the Soviets.
Right.
And it was about Soviets taking over an American city or American town. So it does look good. I had heard through the grapevine that they said the movie sucked. That's why it was shelved. But
probably.
The commercial
it looked badass.
Looks fucking good. Like, I guess it depends on who's saying, because it looks like a good popcorn movie.
Because there are also the other kids in it. Josh,
from Drake and Josh. I thought that was. No. I thought it was the Josh from Drake and Josh.
No, the one from Hunger Games, the little guy.
Oh, okay.
And he's been in other movies. As like a little kid. I think he was also in that, oh my god, what's it called? It's like the futuristic Jumanji.
Zathura.
Yeah, he was like the little kid in that.
Oh, okay. I didn't...
So Hunger Games, I think, was like his big movie, so now I guess since he's in that as well, him and Chris Hemsworth might...
Is it possible that they're both in it? Let me see. I'm looking it up right now.
The kid from I don't know about Drake and Josh.
He was in this movie called Josh. He lost a lot of weight because he was always known as being the chubby kid. He lost a lot of weight. He was in this movie called The Whackness with Ben Kingsley, the guy that's going to play the Mandarin in the new Iron Man movie. And Ben Kingsley, he's like this kid, and it's supposed to take place like in the late 80s, early 90s, like a white boy that's into hip-hop. Oh, okay. I guess, I don't know. Josh is in Red Dawn.
Hutcherson or whatever? It's like...
Josh Peck. No.
Oh, Josh
from Drake and Josh.
Okay.
And like I said, he was in a movie called, The Whackness, where Ben Kingsley is a therapist, and Josh starts dating his daughter.
Uh-oh.
But first, I think he starts seeing Ben Kingsley as a therapist, and then, since he doesn't have money to pay for a therapist, he pays Ben Kingsley in marijuana, because he's like a small-time weed dealer.
That's a good deal.
But then, like, he starts seeing Ben Kingsley's daughter, but then, like, Ben Kingsley starts manipulating the situation because he doesnn't want him dating his daughter and stuff like that. So, it's a rent.
It's a thriller.
It's a
thriller.
Rent. I think I sold my copy, but I was, of all the stuff I'm selling, you find on twostrangersonepodcast.com. It's called The Whackness, but it was like the first movie that he did where it wasn't kiddie. You know what I'm saying? Like he had after Drake and Josh and all sorts of stuff. He's always Disney, been, whatever it is. And he lost a lot of weight, and like I know these girls like look at him like, look at this hottie. You know, so, see, ladies, you gotta do is grab a fat guy and
mold him. Mold him into what you want.
Josh is a hottie now. God damn it. But yeah, Josh from Drake and Josh is also in Red Dawn. I just had to look that up.
I have breaking news.
Breaking news!
Actually, I just looked it up. This just did. Guess who is the sexiest man of 2012?
The sexiest man of 2012. Now, I mean, there's the obvious ones of like, what's his face from ER? How could I forget it?
George Clooney?
George Clooney.
I think he was back in the day.
He was.
I think he got that title.
Let me see. Barack Obama? I mean, today is election day.
Man. No, I'm in magazine.
And it's funny, it's election day. We haven't said one political thing yet. But.
Shirtless Channing Tatum.
Oh!
He's shirtless in the photo.
Channing
I'm looking at.
Tatum.
Just want to bite his butt.
And I was watching...
You go, Chan. Chan.
I was watching,
Magic Mike?
The new, not Magic Mike, G.I. Joe the other day.
I just saw
funny
a
watching it again.
For the Retaliation one.
G.I. Joe Retaliation, is he in that?
I don't know. I just saw, like, a beginning.
I know The Rock is in it. I thought
he was supposed, he was supposed to, let me look it up.
I think Bruce Willis is in it for like 5 seconds.
Of course. Because it comes out March 2013. I actually have written down.
Because
let's see if he's in. I'll look it up.
The controversy behind that movie was that it's already made, and they said it was fucking horrible. So they're like refilming. It was supposed to be released.
The Retaliation one?
Yeah, it was supposed to be released like August of this year.
Yeah, it says he's in it with The Rock.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne
okay,
Johnson.
so if he's in it, like I watched it again.
So cute.
Because that movie came out when Joseph Gordon-Levitt was. Now I've said this, Joseph. I've gotten sick and tired of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I'm tired of seeing his face all over the place. And
where do you see it, Chris?
What was that?
Where do you see it?
Well, I'm just,
the movies that he's done.
Dark Knight Rises, and that Premium Rush, and now Looper, and
Looper I thought looked cool. I don't know if it was any good. I didn't really hear anything on it. I thought it was a cool concept, but I could also see it being a flop.
It looks like a movie I would like. The
only
thing is that it was released
I don't know,
like
I didn't hear
late August, early September, or something like that. To me, that screams flop.
Yeah.
Like
I thought the concept was great, but I'm like I'm not going to go to the theaters to see that.
Like they released it saying, "Hey, he was in Batman.
Look
come see
this.
it."
Yeah.
The same way like they're releasing Red Dawn and Cabin in the Woods for Chris Hemsworth. But like I said, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt is in G.I. Joe as Cobra Commander, which is like, and in the movie he's not called Cobra Commander just yet. And what I did kind of like the movie, you have to watch that movie understanding that it is a popcorn movie. It's not meant to be serious in any way, shape, or form. I actually enjoyed it. I mean, I probably saw it like twice before, but I wasn't paying attention. But now that, now that Channing Tatum and Joseph Gordon-Levitt have like come up the ranks, I watched it again. Now, of course, I'm still sick and tired of, the Wayans brother.
Oh
in
God!
it because
yeah,
they just,
I forgot he was in it. They just
you know,
threw
he
him in
plays
there.
Ripcord, which is, you know, they kind of, you know, they had,
The Wayans
which
brothers.
Ripcord was a character in G.I. Joe, but one, he wasn't black. And, you know, like,
I forget, there was a story on how he got that role, like, and I forget what the
it's one
story
of those
was.
things where, and
like,
I
he
hate
knew
to
somebody
say
and
it,
then he
you know,
went, he asked if he could be in it.
I
like
try
something
not
random.
to be politically incorrect. I know I am. They put him in it because they needed a wisecracking black guy. Well, they needed a black guy, so they put him in it to, you know,
It was
to
like
be the
I forget
wisecracking.
the
He's
story,
like
but it was like
poor
he
man
knew,
Will
yeah.
Smith, you know. And it's, you know, and
And
I
he's
actually-
a Wayne's brother.
Yeah, I mean,
That'll go to a whole
I like
another...
him. He's funny, but you know,
It wasn't
and then
needed.
you know, and then like I've mentioned before in past episodes, you know, where these guys they're funny and then they get all built up because like he hit the gym because back in the day, like in Mo Money, the joke was he was this skinny
Right.
little, you know,
I feel like they're all,
scarecrow,
like, built. All
and
those
now
Wayans-
he's, you know, he hits the gym.
All the Wayans brothers are like jacked all
Yeah.
of a sudden. Like,
But
they're,
I
all,
mean, but
they're all juicing together.
You know, when he first came up, he was always
Oh,
this
the skinny
twig,
guy, yeah.
and now he's all built. And I'm like, I don't like good-looking funny guys. Be one or the
Doesn't
other.
work.
You can't be good-looking, or you can be
Can't
only
have it
funny
all.
or good-looking. You can't
and
be
you're
both.
rich too. Like,
And-
yeah, you're the whole package. You Wayans brothers. I'm gonna go date the Wayans brothers.
And so, and not that, you know, I understand his part in the movie, and I understand why they put him there, but it seemed forced. It seemed like they were trying
Not
hard
right,
to
yeah.
have a wisecracking black guy in the movie, where they didn't need to be. You know, people like myself grew up watching G.I. Joe. You had a built-in, and of course the movie is way different from well, it was a comic book also, but from the cartoon.
I was gonna say it was a cartoon, right?
But I was willing, you know, I'm willing to accept certain things, but, you know, when they force it, you know. Now, of course, the best part of the movie was Ray Park, who played Snake Eyes, because in the cartoon, that was like, and I think everyone could agree with me, that Snake Eyes was like the one character that looked like the character from the cartoon, and Snake Eyes was like the ninja guy, that he had that black thing around his eyes, who coincidentally is also played by Ray Park, is the same guy who played Darth Maul in the Star Wars trilogy.
It all comes back full
actually, just the
circle.
first one, Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. You know, because Ray Park, you know, he does these movies. He's an incredible acrobat. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
like
yeah?
all the crazy shit he was doing as Darth Maul. Then he was Snake Eyes, and then he was even briefly in that show Heroes. You know, so
Okay.
he's like a martial arts guy.
Yeah.
Not known for his acting, but known for his action.
Yeah.
The guy could fucking, you know, he, you know, and obviously now he's a little past his prime, and he's still fucking awesome, you know. So, and they're bringing Snake Eyes. I think Snake Eyes and Duke, the character that Channing Tatum played, are like the only two people they're bringing back. Nobody else is going to be in nobody
Rock
else from the
wasn't in the
original
first
movie.
one?
The Rock wasn't in the first one. Bruce
Well, he's
Willis
in the
wasn't in the
second.
first one.
Bruce Willis.
You know, all these iconic characters, because there was Destro, who was played by Christopher Eccleston, who Destro in the cartoon had a metal head, and
Typical metalhead.
and you know, well, not that he had a metal head, he was like the man in the iron mask.
Yeah.
You know, which they kind of alluded to where they show Destro's relatives years and years ago in Scotland, you know, that because Destro's character sells arms, illegal arms, and so his great-great-great-grandfather was also selling weapons, and they put him in an iron mask to be his punishment.
Oh.
And, Cobra Commander, and at least what I liked about the movie is they kind of follow the cartoon, because originally the main bad guy was Destro, and then Cobra Commander was such a scumbag, he took over.
Yeah.
You know, and I know I'm sounding passionate about something that makes no fucking,
G.I. Joe.
that just doesn't matter, but, you know, I did like about that, where they kind of had Cobra Commander as a second in command, and I guess they were going to poise the movie where he was going to stab Destro in the back, and then he becomes the leader.
He's so serious right
But
now.
Joseph, but Joseph Gordon-Levitt's not coming back for the second movie. You know, it's not
busy.
You know, Christopher Eccleston
He's busy
isn't
doing
coming back for
Premium
the
Rush
next movie.
too.
You know, they had the character, the Baroness. You know, the way they ended part one, she's not going to come back for part two. So it's like all the main cool bad guys aren't going to be in part two. And, you know, I don't watch,
gonna be the
nobody
Rock and
watch
Bruce
these movies for the
Willis.
heroes. We watch the movie for the bad guys. The bad guys are the cool ones, you know. I want a guy that his face has been destroyed. I want a guy who, you know, I want a sexy chick with glasses and long straight black hair and a fucking leather skin
just
tight
naked,
outfit.
just straight up naked, just a naked girl.
Yeah, it's
That's all.
I'm not asking too much. I just want a little half nudity with my violence.
That's all.
And so we are over the hour mark.
We did it. We made it.
We made it! Yay! Okay.
And
It's the all excited people. Please visit twostrangersonePodcast.com where you can find all things related to the show, links. First and foremost, you can find our eBay link where I'm selling DVDs, comic books, heavy metal, and now I'm selling all this other stuff. I was selling, I think I'm going to start putting up some tools. I sold like
a variety of stuff, I guess.
Radio Shack electronics kit that I've had for like 10 years, but that just went out the door. So just check out our page. Keep coming back because I'm always putting up new and different stuff. I mean, pretty much the main thing I got out right now is a bunch of DVDs, comedy, action, horror, all stuff. If you're a fan of the show, stuff you're going to like. And even if you don't like it, buy it, and when you get it, throw it out. The money goes to support the show. Give it to a nerdy friend of yours. You can purchase my book, Double Jackpot. It is National Novel Writing Month, so if you want to support an independent, self-published book, you can visit www.doublejackpot.us, or you could just follow the links that are on twostrangersonePodcast.com and purchase my book. Soft cover is $15. A PDF file is just $5, which you can download and read on the go. The two ways you can get every single episode of Two Strangers, One Podcast. Well, actually, 3 ways. I always forget to say that. One, you can download the episodes off twostrangersonepodcast.com. So even if you have a little cheapy $20 MP3 player, download the episodes. That'll tell you what, it'll be our secret. You want to goof off at work and listen to stuff while you're supposed to be working? Download our episodes and listen to it when you're supposed to be working. How fun would that sound? You can stream us or download us on iTunes if you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, and now the new toy, the iPad Mini just came out. So if you have a new iPad Mini, bless it by downloading.
Bless it.
Bless your pod, yo.
Kristyn.
By, going to iTunes. In the upper right corner, there's a little tab that says podcasts. Click on podcasts and then search for Two Strangers, One Podcast. I believe it may even come up Chris and Kristyn, Two Strangers, One Podcast, but you'll see our little red, white, and blue logo, the little bathroom symbol. Download our episodes. We are way over 48 episodes. You can listen to us for 2 days straight. And if you're all hopped up on caffeine, listen to every single episode. So we got tons and tons of entertainment for you already, ready for you to download. It just comes down to you taking the initiative and downloading it. If you don't have an iPod, iPad, iPod Mini, iPhone, or any of those other wonderful iDevices, and you have an Android phone, you can find us on the Stitcher app, STITCHER. I've said this before, and I'll say it a million times.
Chris loves it.
The Stitcher app is so cool. It is so awesome. The people who work there are awesome. Every podcast worth listening to. For the people who like Mark Maron, for the people who like Adam Carolla, for the people who like Kevin Smith and his podcast, Chris Hardwick and his podcast, and of course our pod brothers from the West Coast, Livin' Lame, Livin, Lame, Lame, and all the other shows that are part of the Livin' Lame network, Real Chat, The Breakdown, The Fox Den, The Good Daddy, Big Daddy that started it all, Livin' Lame. You can find all those shows also on Stitcher, along with your wonderful host here, Two Strangers, One Podcast. Please follow us on follow us on Likebook. That doesn't even sound right. Like us on Facebook. I'm sorry. Go to facebook.com/Two Strangers, One Podcast, all spelled out. Hover over the like button and click show in newsfeed. And please, it only takes 2 seconds to share us with your friends. Let them know about the party we're having over here. We've been getting some good feedback. I've been doing so much spamming recently that my Twitter account got suspended. But
Chris is gonna get his ass arrested.
But I did get this nice.
I'm not bailing you out for harassment, just so you know.
I got a nice piece of
ass.
Oh
no, sorry.
Well, that was a couple weeks ago. Now, this guy was like, because obviously it was spam, and he goes, usually I block spam messages, and he goes, but I saw that you had a picture of Kevin Smith. I saw a picture of you with Kevin Smith, which is on my Twitter page. And he goes, and I checked it out, and you guys are really funny. So, I mean, we are
getting another listener.
We are getting, and, you know, and for the few people that do contact me on Facebook, thank you for listening to the show. It's you know, we do the show for you guys, and we hope that you're enjoying the show. So, like us on Facebook. I think that's pretty much it all. We certainly hope that you enjoyed listening to the show and have had as much fun as we had recording it. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read it?
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
yeah,
man.
Is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
yeah.
Insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will totally read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonePodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.